Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Mad as a Goat. Now over the series of Mad as a Goat, the 100 and something episodes that I've made of this, I have complained a lot about mainstream music. The Lil Waynes, the Drakes, the Nicki Minaj's, the Kreayshawn's of the world. I have complained about these people with great detail. Now it's time to talk about their fans. Now, I have a guy that I work with, the chef at my job, and he likes to torture me. Now you're probably thinking that's really muffed up, there should be some sort of regulations against that. Well, when I say torture me, it's done with an MP3. The MP3 just happens to be the good old classic that everyone seems to like, LMFAO's Sexy and I Know It. Now, if you have any knowledge about music, any knowledge about literature, or any knowledge whatsoever, you know this song is fucking terrible. It is horrible. The beat is annoying, loud, and too repetitive. Even for a pop song, which is a fucking marvel to me. How can you get more repetitive than a pop song? They managed to do it. Maybe they should get a little bit of credit for sucking ass at making a song. Well done. Secondly, the lyrical content. Yes, the chorus, I'm sexy and I know it. Wow, that's boring. And the verses, which seem to be put together by a 9-year-old autistic kid. Very clever for a 25-year-old, however old they are. If they're over the age of 16, they're retarded. And then, just to top it all off, wiggle, 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 yeah. I fucking hate this song. Haven't gone into much detail about how much I hate this song, and I'm not going to do this now because the rant would go for about 7 years. And I don't even expect me to be able to sit through that as I edit it. So instead, I'm going to talk about the argument by the chef that was given to me on why this song isn't that bad. Because as you can tell, I did go on a rant similar to the one I just did when he first started playing this song, and he said, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. In my mind, I'm going, are you completely mental? It sounds like fucking shit. But we digress. I go, how can you say it's not that bad? To which he gave me this response, which just angered me more. It can't be that bad. It's popular. Oh my God. I've only heard this argument 4 times in my life, but it was 4 times too motherfucking many. There is always a really shitty song coming out, or one that's really popular that people want to bump, and because they don't actually like the song, they're just following a trend, their argument for its integrity is, well, it's popular. Look, a lot of things over the course of humankind have been popular, which have been absolutely horrible. Think about it. Go back a couple centuries. Back then, racism, quite prevalent, and actually, looked upon with a lot of joy, really. Oh, look, we have slaves. Jolly gee, isn't this a great time? It was popular to have slaves. Does that make it right, or cool, or give it any merit? No. Let's go back to 1930 Germany. Yeah, a little Austrian man gets all pissed off because he can't get laid, and then he convinces a bunch of people, a mass group of people, a population, into the popular misconception that Jewish people are rats and are actually bringing down the human race. It was popular, that gives it merit. No, it does not. And it goes the same for music, which is on a very much smaller scale, I understand. I mean, you have genocide and then music, but still, the concept is the same. You cannot use a generalized statement as your fucking argument. That's like me saying, you know why I'm good? Because I exist. It's that stupid. That's how stupid you look to people with logic when you use this argument. It doesn't give it any merit. Look at how many songs have been popular which are absolutely horrible. Like, think about it. Whip My Hair, you could call it popular. It was a popular song. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people know about it. A lot of people are still complaining about it now. That's popular. Does that mean it's a good song? Good God, no. It's the worst. Billy Ray Cyrus, Achy Breaky Heart. It was a massive hit, quite popular. Does that make it good? It does not. You judge music and pretty much all art forms on the intellectual qualities within them. If you look at a painting by an absolute total schizophrenic, it's just going to look like a jumbled mess. But if you look at a MC Escher one from a brilliant mind on his page, that is art. See? And it's the same with LMFAO and Frank Zappa. I'm going to use that. On one side, you got Frank Zappa, a man who put his heart, his soul, his integrity, his brain, everything into his music, stayed up for hours at a time just to make one bar that sounded new and interesting and took music in a different direction. This guy dedicated his life to music. No girlfriends, no partying. I'm just going to do that when I've made my brilliant music. What did LMFAO do? Let's be completely honest. Two guys got together, they wanted to party rock and make a fucking anthem, so they did, and now they're rich. Doesn't mean it's good. They did nothing. Did they dedicate their lives to that music? No. Did they stay inside for their whole teen years, miss out on all the joys of social interaction just so they could perfect the art? No, they did not. Did they even spend any time putting their riff together? I highly doubt it. It's a couple of notes, and not very catchy notes. It's not like when you hear it, it gets stuck in your head. The thing that gets stuck in your head is that repetitive kick. The same type of kick you've heard in every other dance club song by any other lazy motherfucker who doesn't give a shit about music, just gives a shit about making the green. Oh, we're gonna speed it up. It sounds retarded when it gets to its break, if you will. The kicks and snares just start going in some sort of random mesh. It sounds like fucking anal gravy. And for the love of God, you're gonna come back after all that evidence I just gave you and say to me, but it's good because it's popular. You make me sick. I might not be the most sane or level-headed person in the world, but at least I use some logic, at least I try to put some evidence out there which makes my argument more robust. Whereas your argument is about as rickety as a fucking shelter put together by a schizophrenic with fucking crazy-ass cerebral palsy going on. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I'm a little bit annoyed because I get called the fool. People like me, oh, you're just negative and don't know how to enjoy life. No, I enjoy life, and I hate it being polluted by dickheads who don't belong in it. LMFAO, Nicki Minaj, fucking all of them, Drake, all that shit. Why is it in our lives? Why do we get polluted when all we're trying to do is our day-to-day thing? We're just trying to go to the store, but we have to have our minds polluted with that intellectual fucking minefield of nothingness. And that's what it is. It's a minefield of nothingness. When you listen to it, you become stupid. People who listen to the majority of their music coming from the mainstream, especially that club rap bullshit that's actually just, oh God, you're killing your own brain. And then you're going to come back at me and think you're superior with your argument it's good because it's popular? Read a fucking book. Mad as a goat.